Down a winding dirt road tucked away into the forest of western Maine, there sits the most amazing, most peaceful, tiniest place to call home. Simply put, it's one of the most wonderful places that I've ever been, and I can't help but fall more and more in love with it each time that I go. And here it is, the Crooked River Tiny House. This home is only 200 square feet, if you can believe that, and what they do with this space is nothing short of extraordinary. They fit so much into there, it is so well designed, and there's plenty of storage, there's plenty of room to walk around, it's not cramped, you're not fighting for space at all. It's extremely open, there's plenty of windows which allow just so much natural light to come in, and it's just one of the more well-designed tiny homes that I've ever got to experience and or see, and the design of it is really something to marvel at. I'm incredibly grateful to be here again, and I'm so stoked that I get to bring you guys along and hopefully show you just how amazing this spot is. So without further ado, let's head on inside. Welcome inside, everyone, and wow, I mean, even though it is only 200 square feet, what they've done with the space is just simply incredible. I mean, they make such great use out of it. It's extremely roomy in here. You wouldn't believe that it's only 200 square feet, including the loft. I mean, just the design and how they were able to space things out and fit things into certain areas is incredible. I mean, it's really something to marvel at. They have so many things like built into the ceiling for like storage of like these card games and puzzles up there that don't take up any space because they just like are built into the rafters. So it's things like that that make this one really special. But yeah, so let's just get right into it. I mean, it's a tiny home. It's a real tiny home, and with that being said, it's pretty much only what you see right here and then the upstairs loft. That's it. So over there you have pretty much a full kitchen with everything that you would need. There's a sink, however there is no running water, but there is a river that runs behind the property that you're able to go pick up water and use that to wash your dishes. There's also a 3-burner propane stove over there that's all hooked up for you, ready to use. Very simple, you just have to, put the pilot on and light it. There's plenty of counter space. They have just an abundance of utensils, skillets, pans, pots, and dinnerware for you to use as well. And as you can see, they have quite a bit of above counter and below counter storage. So, there's not just pots and pans everywhere. They really designed it so that there's plenty of storage and there's plenty of room for everything. So they also recently added this mini refrigerator that plugs right into the Goal Zero battery that they have that's powered by a solar panel outside. So it's a real nice addition because now you don't have to, buy an ice or bring a cooler in here. They already have it. It's perfectly set up. You just kind of throw everything you need into that and you're perfectly set. And what it's in is just this little like wooden container box that, shuts right over it and just acts as more counter space. So, that really opens up the area as well. So right in front of me here is this real comfortable couch that it's just the perfect spot to kind of hang out, relax, kick your feet up. It's incredibly peaceful. And one of the more unique features about this place is that in the ladder / staircase that goes up to the loft, what they've done is they built out this little kind of section that comes down right over the couch, and it's like the perfect spot to put your coffee or the book, and it's almost like a mini, breakfast tray right in front of you. And it's just a very unique addition and just speaks to the design as a whole of just, being incredibly creative with the space and using it so wisely. It's impressive. And so right here you have, you know, the dining room area, so to speak. Given that this place really is only meant for 2 people, you don't really need a bigger dining room table than this. This is just the perfect size. And if you do need something a little bigger, this leaf just comes right up. You know, click it into place, and then you're set. You have a much bigger table, and you wouldn't really need much more space than that. So it's a really nice addition. And then right to the left of me here, you have this incredible wood stove that, you know, I've come here in the winter a couple times, and this thing busts out heat. I have unintentionally got this tiny home up to like 87, 90 degrees on like the coldest winter nights. So this thing absolutely pumps out the heat, and obviously just adds such a wonderful ambiance to the night and evening as well. Just the crackling of the fire and the glow from this. So being that this tiny home is in Maine, this wood stove right here is an absolute necessity. It gets cold up here, it gets real cold, so this thing keeps the tiny home so incredibly toasty. And also, one of my favorite aspects of this downstairs area is this wall of windows right behind me. Now, I personally have always, you know, started my morning with some coffee and, you know, writing down some thoughts on the day, and doing it right here with this wall of windows right behind me, and there's bird feeders out there, and, you know, it's just, the sun rises right there, so you're just getting washed over with this incredible morning light, and it's truly so peaceful here. You're in the middle of like 500 acres, there's no other people. This spot is just some pure serenity, and I can never get enough of it. I love it so much here, and I hope I can, you know, adequately show you why. So as spectacular as this first floor is, the loft is really just where it hits home for me. I mean, I'm a big fan of lofts, especially in tiny homes, and the one right above me here is just incredibly spacious. You know, in tiny homes, sometimes it gets really cramped up in the loft, but this one is very spacious. It's not cramped. You know, there's plenty of room up there. You're not going to be, you know, walking on your knees to try and get to the bed. You can stand up and walk up there. There's also this wildly comfortable bed up there, and there's a window right behind the bed, so like you can just open it right at night and keep it open throughout the night and listen to the river and the birds and the bugs, and it's just like the most soothing noises, and I fall asleep instantly every time. And waking up is just, you know, you can't really beat a wake-up call like that. I mean, I keep saying it's 200 square feet, but it still blows my mind at how they're able to fit so much in this tiny home. So the bathroom situation, it isn't in the tiny home itself, but it's merely just less than 100 feet right in front of the tiny home up there. There's a composting toilet. You know, it's very easy to use. There are instructions in there as well though, but you know, it's just, you do your business, you put some sawdust on top of it, and that's it. I mean, it doesn't smell, it isn't messy, you don't have to really do anything aside from putting sawdust on top of it, which it isn't that big of a deal. So having that bathroom out there really allows this space within the tiny home to just be so much more open, because there's no, you know, doors for the seclusion of a bathroom in here. And so I think that was a really good idea. The trade-off for the space in the bathroom, I think, you know, it was wonderfully done, and I wouldn't have done it any differently. This place is also outfitted with an outdoor shower, which, I mean, as I said, there is no running water. However, you can go get water from the river right behind the tiny home, you know, warm it up via the sun during the summer months, and there's something to be said about gathering the water that you're going to be using to wash your dishes or take your shower. It definitely adds another element to the whole experience. They also have a fire pit up there with a bunch of chairs around it. They have another screened in little building over there that has some hammocks and some chairs to hang out in, so that in the warmer summer months you don't have to feel confined to the tiny home. You're able to go out there and kind of hang out and, you know, relax outside, but still in the safety of a screened-in porch. But that pretty much wraps up my time here today. Like I said, this tiny home, you know, I fall more and more in love with it each time I come here, and I feel like I find different little like nooks and crannies that I didn't see the prior times that just blow my mind of the creativity used to use the most of the space that they're given in here. And there's definitely a lot of aspects of this tiny home that I'm gonna keep in the back of my mind for my future plans of building some. And yeah, this one is really beautifully designed. I can't give them enough props. So if you like the design, You know, check them out on Airbnb, follow them on Instagram, their links are in the description. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy a nice little campfire tonight. So, till next time, peace.